Good morning, First Church and friends. This is Carolee Owens, your minister of music. As we move further into Black History Month, we cannot leave out one of the most famous hymns ever written. John Newton wrote the folk hymn Amazing Grace out of personal experience. In 1748, while he was involved in the Atlantic slave trade, he experienced a violent storm off the coast of Ireland. Out of fear, he called out to God for mercy and was saved, physically and spiritually. It took many years, but he finally quit his work in the slave trade and became a minister, an abolitionist, and a hymn writer. This is part of the story of John Newton's life from Then Sings My Soul by Robert J. Morgan. In him we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins according to the riches of his grace. Ephesians 1:7. It's hard to shake off a mother's influence. John Newton's earliest memories were of his godly mother, who, despite fragile health, devoted herself to nurturing his soul. At her knee, he memorized Bible passages and hymns. Though she died when he was about 7, he later recalled her tearful prayers for him. After her death, John alternated between boarding school and the high seas, wanting to live a good life, but nonetheless falling deeper and deeper into sin. Pressed into service with the British Navy, he deserted, was captured, and after 2 days of suspense, was flogged. His subsequent thoughts vacillated between murder and suicide. I was capable of anything, he recalled. More voyages, dangers, toils, and snares followed. It was a life unrivaled in fiction. Then, on the night of March 9, 1748, John, 23 years old, was jolted awake by a brutal storm that descended too suddenly for the crew to foresee. The next day, in great peril, he cried to the Lord. He later wrote, "The 10th of March is a day much remembered by me, and I have never suffered it to pass unnoticed since the year 1748. The Lord came from on high and delivered me out of deep waters." The next several years saw slow, halting spiritual growth in John, but in the end, he became one of the most powerful evangelical preachers in British history, a powerful foe of slavery, and the author of hundreds of hymns. Here are some of the things you may not know about Newton's most famous hymn. His title for it wasn't originally Amazing Grace, but Faith's Review and Expectation. It is based on Newton's study of 1 Chronicles 17, 16, and 17. King David said, "Who am I, O Lord, and what is my house, that you have brought me this far? And yet you have also spoken of your servant's house for a great while to come, and have regarded me according to the rank of a man of high degree." And here's a nearly forgotten verse that Newton added near the end of Amazing Grace. "The earth shall soon dissolve like snow, the sun forbear to shine. But God, who called me here below, shall be forever mine." Please pray with me. Dear God, we thank you for reaching out to us through the song, Amazing Grace, and showing us how we can change our lives and change the world as your servants. We know you can take a dark and sin-filled life and make it beautiful and full of your love. May we always look to your amazing grace when we encounter the dangers, toils, and snares this life can bring, and know you will lead us every day, and finally, you will lead us home. In Jesus' most holy name I pray. Amen. I hope you can join us this Sunday in person at 9 a.m. or any time after 8 for our online service. We will have a special guest, my friend and former student, Carl Adams. Carl is the music director at the AME Church, and he will share his special gift of music with us. Take care and have a wonderful weekend.